Live, WECT News begins now with breaking news.
The immigration crackdown in Minnesota is coming to an end. Border czar Tom Homan made the announcement today. The crackdown led to mass detentions, protests, and 2 deaths. In all, more than 4,000 people were arrested, but the chaos in the streets there has led to unrest and anger across the country. It's unclear when federal officers will clear out of Minnesota. Novant Health announces plans to expand care in southeastern North Carolina. Novant plans to create a new heart and vascular patient tower at New Hanover Regional Medical Center. That also includes new outpatient services expansion, a new physical rehab hospital, and changing 2 floors of the hospital to increase access to care. It could cost nearly $1 billion, and the goal is to have it up and running by 2031. We will have much more on this announcement coming up on WECT News at 5. New at noon, a Booster Club member at Topsail High School accused of embezzling funds made a first appearance in court this morning. The Pender County Sheriff's Office charged Treasurer Colleen Schmidt with felony money laundering and felony embezzlement. Schmidt appeared in court at 9. She plans to hire her own attorney and will be back in court next month. The Pender County School Board met this morning and decided to strengthen policies to improve oversight with nonprofit organizations that support the schools. Early voting locations are now open for this year's primary elections. From now until the end of the month, most locations will be opening at 8 in the morning and will close at 3 in the afternoon. We've got the search tool to find your polling location in this story on the WECT News app. And here's what you need to know before early voting. Voters affiliated with a political party can only vote for their party's ballot in a partisan primary, even if the party they're affiliated with does not have a primary. Unaffiliated voters can choose on any one political party's ballot for a nonpartisan ballot. Voters cannot change party affiliation at any early voting site during a primary election, and you must have a valid picture ID. You can learn more about all of the candidates running for New Hanover County School Board tonight. WECT, WHQR, and Port City Daily are bringing those candidates together for a question and answer forum. It starts at 6 o'clock from the WHQR studios. We will stream the forum live for you on WECT.com, the WECT News Facebook page, and YouTube channel. While early voting begins, Governor Josh Stein is squaring off with Republican lawmakers in court. The governor suing Republican lawmakers, saying they violated the Constitution in 2024. The lawsuit really stems from control over who controls the state election administration. Before the law passed in 2024, the power rested with the governor. That was until lawmakers gave it back to Republican State Auditor Dave Bolek. A North Carolina appellate court judge hearing arguments on the lawsuit on Wednesday, although it will likely head to a decision from the state Supreme Court. An investigation underway into the death of a Marine stationed at Camp Lejeune who fell overboard a ship in the Caribbean. The 21-year-old from Florida fell off the USS Iwo Jima. That ship recently aided in the transport of deposed Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro in New York City last month. It's being docked in June for a multi-million-dollar refit. The Marine, who was a Lance Corporal, fell overboard Saturday. Rescue crews searched for him for 3 days before declaring him dead on Tuesday. Hey, don't look now, but the 2026 beach parking season begins March 1st in Wrightsville Beach. The Board of Aldermen is set to discuss making any changes to parking at a meeting tonight. They will have to make those changes during the meeting, with March 1st just a little over 2 weeks away. Potential changes include parking rates and parking space removal. They meet tonight at 5:30 at Town Hall on Causeway Drive.
Got a First Alert Weather Day lined up in store. Oh, they want me to come over here now, do they? Oh, hello. Nice to see you. Gotta love these live streams, right? Where was I? Oh, yes. First Alert Weather Day coming on Sunday. Our next best chance of rain and heavy rain at that. So you want to be very cautious as you go about your late weekend plans. It's not going to amount to a weekend washout, mind you, but certainly some significant rain that we'll be keeping tabs on. Let's go forward long range. This is a little lower resolution, but it gets us through the arrival and departure of this next rain-making system. Notice even late Saturday night, early Sunday, if you've got late plans out, you should fare on the dry side, even first thing Sunday morning. But notice that window gradually closing more so in the afternoon and evening hours. By the time we get to Monday, this system likely well out of here. How much rain are we talking about? Still along the same lines of a ½ inch to an inch plus. And it's those inch plus spots that would be most concerning if all that rain falls in a short period of time. We could be talking some poor drainage, flooding. Still no clear signals on any severe rated storms, mind you, but keep in mind we need the rain. A latest drought report coming out here just a few hours ago, and still maintaining a locally moderate to severe drought classification across the Cape Fear. Other spots off to the west, the drought worsening. So we're actually in a better position compared to spots off to the west. But again, rainfall's the only medicine that's going to help us get back to normal here. Easy Pro Express, first alert Skycam high atop the Murchison building. Dry roads and temps on the cool and brisk side, 53 degrees, a north wind at 13. Dew points, I mentioned this yesterday, going to be way lower by comparison. We had dew points in the 50s yesterday. They're down all the way in the 20s. So proof in the pudding there that we've had a cold front pass through. Drier, more crisp air in the Cape Fear. Another step outside, temps all within reason here. Lower to middle 50s at the warmest. Not any big deviations that we're looking at here, en route to some upper 50s for peak heating of the day. Bright and crisp, the best way to describe that. We're down a little below freezing, likely some pockets of 20s farther inland, so a little frost not impossible there first thing tomorrow morning, and a little cooler for your Friday afternoon, but still plenty of bright skies as we lead into the holiday Valentine's weekend. Of course, lower and middle 40s first thing Saturday morning. For the evening, a low end chance for some showers, just if anything happens to get frisky along the main line there of showers Saturday night and early Sunday. But better chances, I think, come Sunday, particularly afternoon and evening. Temps should be pretty nice, though. How about 60s really for the weekend and Monday as well, President's Day Monday, as we bolster temps from there, Kim, to the deep 60s and yes, lower 70s. Modeling supporting the upping of temps. That's what I want to say in that extended forecast. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Many of us are likely not going to be starting off with the winter coats, but certainly by the afternoon, shedding some of those layers. Let's try it again. May even be t-shirt weather for some of you. Kim, back to you.
Continuing coverage now on the death of actor James Van Der Beek. Van Der Beek, best known for his role as Dawson Leary, star of the hit TV show Dawson's Creek. The show filmed here in Wilmington and has gained a cult following through the years. Van Der Beek was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. He made the announcement in 2024 and was outspoken about the disease. WECT's Mackenzie Bruns talked with doctors today about the dangers of colon cancer and the need for screening. Her report coming up on WECT News at 5. When your kid gets off the bus this afternoon, make sure you tell the bus driver thank you. WECT's Raina Crooms got a chance to sit down with one of our local drivers and learned about what they love, but also what they're really struggling with out there.
Here's the thing about bus drivers. They are the first and the last face that a child sees as they make their way to and from school. And from talking with New Hanover County bus drivers, they told me it's a responsibility that they take very seriously, aiming to be a positive spot in a child's day. So I learned more about what it takes to make it all happen.
Rolling deep in her big yellow bus, every day Tammy Wilson works to tow 60+ kids to and from school.
In the morning time, I always say good morning to every single one of my students.
It's been nearly 17 years of greeting students with a bright smile.
Sometimes you'll get a student, they might not be in the best mood in the morning. They might not even speak to you, but speak to them anyway, because you don't know what that could do for their day. You don't know what they dealt with before they left the house. If they even had anybody there with them when they left the house.
Wilson is one of the rare drivers who has persevered. We are in the middle of a lengthy nationwide bus driver shortage, causing drivers like Wilson to pick up extra routes. There are 20 open positions in New Hanover County alone. And although the district is working to improve recruitment, Superintendent Dr. Christopher Barnes says the process to become a driver is time-consuming and work needs to be done with the state to help more drivers hit the road faster. This week is Bus Driver Appreciation Week, but Dr. Barnes believes it should basically be every week.
It's more than just making a living, it's making a difference. And so I love the fact that our bus drivers engage with kids, our bus drivers communicate with kids and build relationships that are strong and help kids. They're a part of helping kids do better when they get to school in the morning.
And Wilson agrees, saying the path to education begins with bus drivers.
I feel like a lot, without the drivers getting the kids to school, there would be no point of teachers and assistant principals and principals. And so even though sometimes we're viewed at the bottom of the totem pole, I feel like we're above because a lot of kids wouldn't be able to get to school if it wasn't for buses.
So now is a good time to thank your bus driver, and better yet, maybe even encourage someone you know to apply. And if they're interested, we do have that inside of this story on our app. In Wilmington, Raina Crooms, WECT News.
President Donald Trump is coming to our state tomorrow to honor troops who helped capture Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. He and the First Lady will visit Fort Bragg in Fayetteville, where they'll meet with Special Forces members and their families. This is President Trump's second visit to the base since taking office. Maduro remains behind bars in New York, facing drug trafficking charges. Recent studies show more children are being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which is largely driven by lifestyle factors like diet, exercise, and weight. Whiteville City Schools looking to change that by hosting a pilot study that provides students with free diabetes screenings. It's a partnership with Columbus Regional Healthcare and medical students from Campbell University. Here's how it works. Students will be given a free, simple urine test. The results could come back clean or show signs that could lead to a diagnosis. Parents will be notified and get a call from the nurse to talk about the next steps. For nurses, it's about catching problems early and providing access to important health care.
It is a fact that there are children who do not regularly, see their doctor, or they may not even have a primary care provider. That is an epidemic in our area.
The pilot study is next Wednesday, but consent forms are due tomorrow. Whiteville City Schools has a QR code with all the information you need to know, and it's linked in this story on our WECT News app. The St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee getting ready for the 25th Downtown Wilmington St. Patrick's Day Parade. So far, there are several civic and musical groups, dance and cultural groups signed up. There will also be first responders, schools, and veterans groups in the parade. Set to take place the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day, so March 14th at 11 on Front Street. Hey, if you're ready to get your Irish on now, you can have a good time and help raise funds for the parade in a couple of weeks. The Cape Fear Hoolie Under the Bridge is February 28th at Waterline Brewing. It's from 11:30 to 6. That event celebrates Irish and American culture with music and dancing. There will also be food trucks, and the official 2026 St. Patrick's Day Parade t-shirts will be on sale. Remember, there will be no WECT News at midday or First at 4 aired on WECT during the Olympics. We'll still bring you your top stories and weather updates like this one at noon and 4 on live stream. You can watch it at WECT.com, on the WECT Facebook page, and the WECT YouTube page. And that does it for WECT News at midday. Hope you have a great afternoon.
Stream One-on-One with John Evans podcast on these platforms or on WECT.com. Politicians, business leaders, entrepreneurs, athletes, and entertainers. You'll know them better after hearing them on One-on-One with John Evans.
Sponsored by Glow Med Spa. Five-star reviews. It's a Glow thing. GlowMedSpa.com.